The Ties That Bind, a history of aprons will be presented at 10 a.m. at the Clinton-Macomb Public Library South Branch, 35,679 South Gratiot in Clinton Township. Attendees are invited to wear their favorite aprons into the tea occasion. For those who aren't able to make the app, which is already filled, assess for future dates at fashiontheautomobile.com/home_page.php.
Fashion along with also the warm, fuzzy feelings of childhood tied up in the background of aprons will be researched Saturday when Fashion and the Automobile, an exhibit in 10 years, visits the Clinton-Macomb Public Library.
It is fascinating. We go all the way back to medieval times and bring people to the present day. We have aprons of various decades all over the room, hanging on a clothesline like they are drying in the wind. We have rare aprons, a beautiful one from Paris, France, World War I, said Lynn Anderson, the fashion curator for Fashion and the Automobile.
The event will include a display of over 50 aprons and apron modeling. Those who wear aprons to the event are also often invited to stand up and tell the stories of their aprons, according to Anderson. Discussion will focus on the history of aprons, as well as their association with food preparation and changes through the decades, according to Anderson.
Fashion and the Automobile, an exhibit in 10 years, debuted in October 2010 at the Anton Art Center in Mount Clemens. Presented by curators Victoria Mobley, Anderson, and Elaine Vermeersch, Fashion and the Automobile highlights changes in popular culture developed by the evolution of the car. The group also hosts a variety of history and fashion-oriented programs including Fashions of the Jazz Age, Fashions of Downton Abbey Tea, and Crinolines and Classics, Those Fabulous 50s. The program for The Ties That Bind, the history of aprons, first began in 2015 as a presentation at Villa Bella Retirement Community in Clinton Township, according to Anderson.
It came out of a desire with Fashion and the Automobile. We talk about fashion and automobile design, but there is a subculture too about how women protected their clothing over the years, and we started to delve into it. There's fascinating information about where the apron came from and how it was derived, and so we decided to create a special program just on the history of aprons, Anderson said.
Aprons serve not just as a historical fashion piece, but also as a symbol of a simpler time for many in the baby boomer generation, who grew up with moms, grandmothers, or even TV show influences wearing aprons, according to Anderson.
There's the warmth that came with the apron into my generation, the baby boomer generation. It meant love, it meant a mother's love, a grandmother's love. All the memories of grandmothers walking around with aprons on, drying tears with aprons. That is a connection, a connotation that makes aprons so enduring today, Anderson said.
Aprons are also recently experiencing a comeback in popularity, according to Anderson.
We are seeing a resurgence of it. Lots of ladies are throwing them on as they are cooking. It was thought this died at the end of the last century, but we're starting to see it come back, Anderson said. Area thrift stores and clothing stores, like Max and Ollie's in Mount Clemens, are selling aprons like you can't believe.